From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
There we go. We're hoping to hear that all night tonight if the Hoosiers can take home a victory. We got Crimson and Cream headed to the A right now for the Peach Bowl. Yeah. Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Oregon Ducks. We're looking to dominate tonight.
A lot of people going to the airport right now to catch those flights for a Friday evening game. Yeah. I'm going to be rushing there after the show.
Yeah.
It is.
She keeps rubbing it in our face.
I'm just so excited.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be so
I can't wait. Tell AC hi.
I will say hi to AC, and I will also have my rain gear. I had it this morning around here. I needed it, and I'll need it there too.
Same system that's impacting us right now likely hits Atlanta probably around game time. Okay. It's slow moving, but it is the same kind of system. But my goodness, it's so spring-like right now.
They had rain right before the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Good omen.
That's a good call.
I like your thinking.
Good thinking, Tim. Of course, this one's inside, though. So.
I'm wearing the same jacket, all the superstitions. So this works. Rain is good for us.
All right. Well, hey, at least it's mild. I don't know if we're going to be quite as mild later on today. This likely have already hit our high. The good news is any severe weather threat that we were somewhat concerned with, it was a low concern, but there was a concern there, exiting into Ohio and northern Kentucky right now. Live look at Storm Tracker. Decatur County almost in the clear, so now it's into parts of Franklin County, moving through Fayette, Union, southeastern Wayne, Ripley counties now. That's where you may have some stronger winds that have just been below severe limits. On the back end, now it's just been very light showers that you're dealing with in east central Indiana. We're almost dry over much of the metro here for this morning. Still very windy, and that will be an issue for the remainder of the day. Still getting some light rain reported at the airport, 58 degrees, still mild. Southwest wind at 15 miles per hour, 61 in Lafayette, 59 in Kokomo and Muncie, 62 in Bloomington. Do know what's happening in Chicago, though, up at O'Hare, mid-40s. So that's a cold front that is diving in here, and that's going to bring the cooler temperatures. Gusty winds right now, 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts. The northern third of the state under a wind advisory. That's actually going to go until 4 o'clock this afternoon. All right, cold front moving east. We do dry out once this cold front moves through, so give it a couple more hours and we'll be completely dry, but our temperatures go the wrong way, unfortunately. 56 by 10 for the drive home. We're into the mid-40s. Just the beginning. It is January after all. It's going to feel like it by the end of this week. It may look like it too with a little bit of snow flying around. We'll time it out in my Storm Track 8 forecast coming your way in just a few minutes. Tara Hastings has a look at traffic this morning. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Marcus.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
It is 6:03 right now. North Split looks good this morning. We don't have any kind of issues. Of course, we've got those wet roadways, so heads up there. You're going to need the windshield wipers. Other than that, we're good. I don't have any delays or incidents to report at all. Your traffic watch map brought to you by Hensley Legal Group. We've got all of 465 in the green this morning. North Split and South Split coming in clear as well. Hopefully we have a quieter Friday morning for you. Over on the southeast side, 465 near Arlington Avenue. Both directions of 465 going at the variable speed limit, which is 65 miles per hour right now. So we're not seeing any kind of trouble spots for you at all. Southeast side drive times 21 minutes on 40 Greenfield to 465, 52 New Pal to 465 at 11 minutes, and 74 Shelbyville to 465 right now at 15 minutes.
All Access Indy Atlanta, brought to you by First Merchants Bank.
Everyone understands how massive a game this is. It's massive for our careers, it's massive for the Indiana program, and it's massive for college football in general.
IU quarterback Fernando Mendoza not mincing words. The Indiana Hoosiers kick off this massive moment tonight in the Peach Bowl. And in this storybook season, there is no need to Google the man leading the team. IU's head coach, Curt Cignetti, is taking the college football world by storm. Sports director Anthony Calhoun caught up with him ahead of tonight's college football playoff semifinal.
Hello here from Atlanta. We are less than 24 hours away from the showdown coming up tonight between IU and Oregon in the semifinals of the college football playoff. Of course, this is the Peach Bowl here in ATL, and this is a rematch between these two teams. We all know what happened early in the year with the Hoosiers beating the Oregon Ducks, but so much on the line this time around with the winner moving on to the championship game down in Miami coming up next week. We can tell you this today, that the Hoosiers, they find themselves 3.5-point favorite against the Ducks for this showdown coming up on Friday. As far as the two teams, they did have a walkthrough yesterday here in ATL, and then after that, of course, it is all focusing in on that game coming up just down the road here in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As far as the coaches, they did spend some time with the media yesterday here in Atlanta. They are both all focused in on this matchup coming up on Friday. Of course, IU head coach Curt Cignetti has his team the #1 team here in the postseason, 14-0 overall. And they're taking on Dan Lanning's team. They're the #5 seed in the college football playoffs, and they've won 8 straight games. As far as Cignetti, we all know the deal. He's 25-2 as the Hoosiers head coach. And when you see him on the sideline, he is as focused and poised. So on Thursday, he was asked, is Coach Cignetti, is he ever happy?
There's a lot of times I am happy, I just don't show I'm happy. And if I'm going to ask my players, right, to play the first game, first play, to play 150 the same regardless of the competitive circumstances, then I can't be seen on the sideline, right, high-fiving people and celebrating, or what's going to happen, right? What's the effect going to be, right? So that's why I am like I am during the game. Plus, I got to make important decisions and manage the game. These decisions we have to make in terms of game management, when to use timeout, when not to use timeout. You know, people ask, do you ever get to enjoy this? And last week I asked Jeff Cake, I said, we just won the game, and I got 10 press conferences I got to do after the game. When am I going to enjoy this? So, no, I do smile, and I am happy at times.
All right, so we're getting ready to go IU against Oregon. That's coming up tonight, 7:30 here in Atlanta. But before then, folks, make sure you tune in and watch All Access Indy at Atlanta. Everything you need to know about this matchup. We got great interviews, stories, and we have a major, a legend joining us. Former IU legend join us tonight on the show. So watch it coming up, All Access Indy, 6:30, live from Atlanta, right here on Wish TV. Of course, we got much more on the Hoosiers gearing up to take on Oregon. As once again, we know what is on the line. The winner is moving on to the title game coming up next week in Miami. On the road with IU, Anthony Calhoun, Wish TV, and WishTV.com.
You heard him say it. Join us tonight, All Access Indy Atlanta. It gets going at 6:30 live right here on Wish TV. Our sports team has you covered with the Hoosiers as they try to punch their ticket to the college football playoff championship game. You do not want to miss this. The winner of tonight's Peach Bowl will go on to face the Miami Hurricanes. The Canes beat Ole Miss 31-27 last night after quarterback Carson Beck's touchdown run with just 18 seconds left in the Fiesta Bowl. Miami was a controversial choice to even be in the playoff, but now they'll play for their first national title since the 2001 season. The championship game is Monday, January 19th on Miami's home field at Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah, hopefully the Hoosiers going to be playing there too. 6:08 now here in Indianapolis. The police chief says he is humbled and grateful to be appointed to one of the most powerful jobs in the city-county government. Mayor Joe Hogsett says he is nominating IMPD Chief Chris Bailey to be his next chief of staff, effective on February 2nd. The mayor made the announcement yesterday and says Bailey will replace Dan Parker, who resigned last month. Bailey is a 26-year police veteran. Hogsett named him chief in February of 2024. The City County Council still has to confirm Bailey, and one Republican, though, on the council tells us he firmly supports him.
He has always been a very honest person with me. He's been full of integrity, always is. He's a very knowledgeable person and has a ton of experience with the city. And so I have the highest level of confidence in Chief Bailey and look forward to seeing him be the next Chief of Staff.
Bailey declined a request for an on-camera interview, but he posted this statement on X. You can see it on your screen. It says, in part, "I look forward to serving this great city in this new way, strengthening collaboration across all agencies, supporting the incredible work of IMPD, and helping move our city forward with transparency, accountability, and a continued focus on the people we serve." A statement from the mayor's office says he will name a new chief in the coming weeks.
The mayor's choosing Bailey comes as a Marion County grand jury is investigating allegations of unlawful touching by a public servant and on possible illegal financial deals involving city contracts. Our news gathering partners at Mirror Indy report the timeline matches allegations made against Hogsett's former chief of staff, Thomas Cook. The prosecutor's office has not commented, and grand jury proceedings are private.
Brownsburg could be the latest Indiana town to become a city. Republican Council member Glenn Adams is circulating a petition to make the change. Becoming a city would allow voters to elect a mayor, and Adams says growth in Brownsburg merits the change.
The current structure that we have now was meant for a much smaller town. When we first moved here in '99, we had like 12,000 people. A lot of the roads that you see now were not here. We hadn't had a murder in 20 years.
Organizers must collect at least 720 valid signatures on petitions to send the question to the town council. Council would then have to approve a referendum for voters to make the final decision.
Siakam. He fell down. And lays it in. Siakam has given Indiana the lead.
Pascal Siakam's late layup lifts the Pacers to their first win in more than a month. The Pacers win 114-112 over the Charlotte Hornets, snapping a franchise record 13-game losing streak. The win also means head coach Rick Carlisle has become only the 11th coach in NBA history to reach 1,000 career wins. The Pacers posting this video on social media showing players surprising him in the locker room after the game.
Coach Carlisle, congratulations. Man, 1,000 wins.
Congratulations, Rick, on your 1,000th win. Can't wait to see the next 1,000. Good luck this year.
Pacers great Reggie Miller and former team coach and Indiana native Larry Bird were just some of the many basketball stars stepping up to congratulate Carlisle. Pacers posted that video on X last night with a slew of familiar faces. Indiana is back home tomorrow night to take on the Miami Heat. Tip-off for that game is at 7 o'clock.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.